Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be doing a two-part video. One, how I played Articuno effectively, and the second one is how people were able to counter my strategy effectively. So that video will probably go up 8-9 hours afterwards, because it's probably going to stream after I post this video, or while I'm posting this video. So if you're going to catch me on Twitch, if you could catch this video right away, I'll probably be on Twitch just after midnight on the Saturday morning. So we're going to lead Articuno into Swampert. Articuno wins in all shield scenarios. The tricky part is that if you want to win hard in the later shields scenarios, then you have to shield the first Hydro Cannon. But in theory, you should actually just match shields. But like shielding later is worse than shielding earlier. And they actually go into Registeel, and I switch into Heracross. I'm a little slow on the switch, which is okay. I'm going to be able to tank this Flash Cannon pretty easily. And I am building up some extra energy, and because my defense is going to debuff by 2 stages, and they actually shield, which is fine. I'm going to keep building up. And if I was a little bit faster, then that would have been okay. But I wasn't, and I'm gonna go for the close combat. And they actually switch out, and then my switch clock is not up yet, so I'm like, okay, I'll just close combat whatever comes in, and buy a little bit of time so I can sack that Heracross later. And then they actually come into Giratina. And this is actually going to be pretty close. It's a good thing that I was able to land this Icy Wind, because I'm totally going to get Ancient Powered. And despite Ancient Powered being double super effective, I actually survive, just barely. And going to land... actually CMP tie for the Icy Wind, but I lose it. Or they got it on my way to it. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, my best case scenario is actually to hit this Hydro Cannon before this Giratina is able to get a charge move off. Very debatably, I should have. So I build up for the Hydro Cannon, and then I try to switch, and then it didn't work, which is not great for me. I have to sack on one of these moves, so I built up a little bit of extra energy. I should have did a little bit more, to be honest. And I know this Registeel's coming back in, so I switch out. And to be honest, I probably would have been able to counter down anyways, but it would have been very close. And I tank the Focus Blast, and then just gonna Mud Shot down, and decides to leave the game a little bit early, save a few seconds. Makes total sense. We're gonna go into the next match. I think this is Articuno Mirror. Yeah, Articuno Mirror. Man, I played so many Articuno Mirrors. I guess I can blame myself for that. So there's a couple ways you can play this mirror. Shielding the right time is very important. So for example, I actually don't shield that Ancient Power, which doesn't KO, and then what happens? He does shield Ancient Power, which is not great for me, and he switches out into Scrafty. Really nice switch, but the thing is that I have Heracross, and Heracross is gonna be able to resist all of Scrafty's moves. So I'm just wailing on this thing right now. And goes for a power-up punch, which I resist. And I think it goes for another power-up punch. And then now I am at I have a shield advantage, plus I have energy, and he actually doesn't shield the close combat, which is crazy. I decide to shield this Ancient Power, and he actually goes into Registeel, probably realizing that he doesn't have a good situation, though he should have Icy Wind, I guess, or he's trying to go for the KO, I guess. I'm in very good position, so I'm just gonna shield, and then I'm just gonna counter down this Articuno. And he decides to leave early again. Obviously, this week, I can already see the comments that Charizard would destroy Articuno and Heracross, and that's true. I hadn't seen a lot of Charizard play, at least in my 30 matches I did. Again, so this is a good lead. He actually has like kind of a strange play. He actually building up extra energy, but he really should throw the Hydro Cannon right away because now this Hydro Cannon is debuffed. Yeah, so it's going to do 25% less damage, which I don't shield. And then I think he does a really good job at switching. He switches into Clefable. I actually don't have a strong answer for Clefable, so I actually just stay in. And the good thing is that I was very close to an Icy Wind, so I could debuff these charms. And then I get a second debuff on the charms. I do over tap for some reason. And the Icy Wind goes through. And because of the double debuff, I'm actually able to land a third Icy Wind, which is absolutely amazing. And I was like, please don't shield. And then he didn't shield, which is great for me. He actually goes into... And he's able to KO my... what do I do? Do I shield here? I think I shield. And he has Venusaur, which is actually, I'm like really thankful I'm thankful I did shield because it probably does more damage than anything he's going to actually hit me with. So I'm in very good position right now. I'm going to be able to shield and then land one Mega Horn is enough to KO. Which goes for the Sludge Bomb, and which I shield, and then I'm able to KO with this Mega Horn. Does it KO? Actually, does not KO. And he actually Frenzy Plants me, which is fine. And he goes for the Hydro Cannon again. I can't remember. Did I have a shield? I guess he could have double Hydro Cannon me because then he's probably looking at this at the end. He's like, oh, I could have won this match if I landed the Hydro Cannon beforehand. But able to play that one effectively. And I go against Shadow Articuno. This is very similar to... So I'm going to go for the Ancient Power, which I probably should just go for the Icy Wind because he ends up shielding, and then he goes for the Ancient Power, which actually would do quite a bit. Oh, he actually gets the boost. But the thing is I have CMP, so I'm just going to keep Ancient Powering him. And to be honest, like, he probably could survive that Ancient Power. But he wants to obviously preserve it. And he switches out into Poliwrath, and I switch out into Heracross. So he's reset his buff, right? So I'm in a pretty good position right now. Goes for the Dynamic Punch, and I'm going to build up a little bit extra. And because I suck at this fighting animation, I don't KO. I don't think I would have KO'd anyways. I think he goes for the Ice Punch. Oh no, it goes Dynamic Punch. I just barely survive. Good thing I resist those mud shots. And basically nothing to farm. And I already have energy on this Articuno. So I'm just going to immediately Ancient Power. And take out this Articuno. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay in with my Articuno. And then just debuff whatever comes in. And I'm not able to. I probably should have switched. But this is kind of a tricky situation for me. Origin Form Giratina has a very favorable matchup against Swampert, especially shields down. Obviously, the Shadow Ball is going to hurt. And I go for the Earthquake. Yeah, maybe if I preserve that Articuno, I would be in a better position. But I end up getting... which I knew I was going to not be able to hit that charge move, so... he lands Ominous Wind and is able to take me out. So GG. Shadow Articuno. Nice. Very nice. I'm not sure. I think it flips the one shield matchup. So Lorma, 96, very talented trainer. The one that does the Game Press meta guides. So very strong trainer. So I expect this to be a very good battle. And I go for the Icy Wind. And he's running the Dragon Breath variation. And he actually lets it go, and I end up shielding. Questionable. And I go again. I get the Icy Wind. I should get the shield, which I believe I do. And I decide not to shield this, even though likely it's an ancient power. Oh no, I do shield. Okay, never mind. I probably would have got KO'd. And I think. Oh yeah, this is just a Dragon Claw. I'm not able to get to the ancient power, so able to take it out. And I'm waiting to see what comes in. It's a Registeel. Questionable. I probably should not have thrown that Icy Wind, because like whatever I switch into, immediately going to switch out. Like you don't see this matchup. And actually throw a Flash Cannon, which is pretty interesting. And then here comes Snorlax. Okay, so not a particularly great situation, but the thing is that it's 6 counters to the second close combat, so I'm going to be able to reach this close combat before the Snorlax is able to get a Body Slam off, or at least we CMP tie to it, because it's also 6, and then I get double debuff, so I actually get locked on down. So what did I do here? So I go into Swampert, and then I'm hoping to catch the charge move, and then if I don't, then I'm going to Icy Wind, and then would be able to Mud Shot down. So going to have to expend energy anyways, and I think I get Focus Blast here, but it's not going to be quite enough to KO. So many Registeels, like it's insane. Like so many. Like I saw so many of this Swampert, Giratina, Registeel team. It's basically Azu, Registeel, plus something else. So I actually get met by an Articuno, which is actually not good. Lag a little bit, and they switch out into Venusaur. They probably instantly switched because Articuno is such a bad matchup for Venusaur. But this is actually pretty decent for me because I do resist the Vine Whips and the Frenzy Plant. And the Mega Horn would deal neutral damage. And actually let this Frenzy Plant go, which is actually still going to do quite a bit. And they're going to be able to get to another Frenzy Plant. I'm not sure. They probably would be able to Vine Whip me down if it was a Sludge Bomb. I'm pretty sure. Let's check. Heracross. Sword. Okay, Sludge Bomb would do 72. Frenzy Plant does 16. So yeah, I would have definitely got Frenzy Vine Whip down, but it's okay. I'm able to Mega Horn, and then here comes Malmetal, which is a great situation for me. And then I go straight into Swampert, and I'm expecting to switch out, so I immediately switch out, and it's Ocean Form Giratina again, and I actually get beat to the charge move, which is fine. Shadow Ball does about 60%, and I go for the Icy Wind, which actually allows me to survive this Ominous Wind. And I'm able to Ice Shard down, which is amazing, and then I apply the Icy Wind, and then I'm in a very good position right now. Switch Clock is almost up, but I'm going to get Thunder Shock down, and I have the Hydro Cannon ready, so I'm able to take it out. So I was very fortunate to win the switch in. Yeah, very fortunate to win the switch in to take the match. Honestly, if he would have switched into Origin Form Giratina, then I definitely would have lost. I definitely would have got hard countered, so it was a good thing that I won that blind swap. So I do shield in case his Ancient Power ends up being a Dragon Claw, which is fine. And I go for the Icy Wind. And they don't shield, then I don't shield the second time, even though it's likely to give me an Ancient Power. Not enough to KO. I'm just going to build up a little bit extra energy. They actually don't shield. and they come into Snorlax, so I switch out into Heracross, and they come into Alolan Muk. So I go for the Mega Horn because they have a shield up still. Both of them would be neutral, but the Mega Horn doesn't come with the 2-stage debuff, and I shield a Sludge Wave. I would just barely be able to survive the Sludge Wave. So I go for the Mega Horn, knowing that they're going to hit me with a Sludge Wave anyways. And I'm in a good position right now. And they go for the Sludge Wave. Oh, actually, they don't KO. I'm not sure they undercharged that. Or just straight up didn't KO. And I'm in a good position still. And they switch out into Snorlax, and then I think I switch out into Articuno, and I'm hoping to land the debuff, which I end up winning the CMP tie to get the debuff, which is honestly the most ideal scenario. Though to be honest, if like one more Ice Shard came through, then I would have been able to KO, which actually would have been pretty good as well. But they have back-to-back body slams, so very nice on their part. And they body slam, and I'm in a very good position right now, and I'm able to land the Hydro Cannon to take out this Alolan Muk. Yeah, I've noticed way more Registeel, and I've noticed this as well. So I'm going with Stoombug, very talented trainer. So I expect this to be a good match. It goes into Giratina, and I think he Dragon Claw beats me. So many Giratinas, so many, yeah, like, and I think I no shield, or I do shield this. Questionable. And we lag a little bit, which is fine. I go for the Icy Wind. I forget if he shields or not. He does shield. And he switches out into... And I immediately switch out to Heracross because Heracross has such a poor matchup against Giratina. And then I think I could just count to 6 after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 just in case like they overcharged, or he overcharged. And I'm able to land the close combat. And then I think the Giratina comes back out. Giratina's at a lot of health. So I go for the Mega Horn, which is going to do resisted damage, but still, a decent amount of damage. And then I think I go into Articuno or Swampert, can't remember. Oh, Swampert. Knowing that he's going to probably throw the Ancient Power. And then I switch out into Venusaur. I switch out into Articuno, and he has the Venusaur there. So I immediately want to debuff this Venusaur to prevent the Sludge Bomb to be doing at full damage, which wouldn't KO, but would put a little bit more damage on it. And it actually would have been pretty close. I probably would have KO'd from these Vine Whips, so I wouldn't have been able to farm down. And I'm able to land the Icy Wind, and that's puts me in a good position to win the match. So GG. I was very fortunate that he switched into Snorlax, because then that put me in a really good position. And then obviously winning switch advantage from there was huge. So this was either I got destroyed in this match or it was a very good one. So actually, I think I get destroyed this one. Oh yeah, I get completely hard countered, and they switch out into Giratina. Yeah. So you'll see in my video where I get countered, I make a huge mistake on playing this variation, because I played this a few times, and I'm able to get to... Oh, actually, no, they throw the charge move. These Mega Horns do add up. And they actually have the Dragon Breath variant. Oh, I actually don't get to the Mega Horn, so I just go for the close combat. And then I put it at like 40%, so it's not bad. But obviously I'm going to get hard countered in the back. Yeah, this is bad. This is very bad. I think I shield. They go for the Ancient Power. And I go for the Icy Wind. Yeah, I think I got destroyed in this one. They end up shielding. I end up not shielding. What happened here? And then I immediately switch into Swampert to gain the energy advantage, and they have a Poliwrath. Okay, yeah. I was gonna hit by Charge Move anyway, so this individual played really well, so I was able to get the Earthquake through, which is great. And then I shield the Dynamic Punch, but they're gonna be able to just Dynamic Punch me again. So I'm looking at my switch clock, and I'm like, I need to stall out just a little bit more. And but the thing is, like, an Earthquake doesn't one-shot a Registeel. It's just so ridiculous. And I go for the Hydro Cannon. And oh man. So the thing is, if I was able to sack Articuno, I still wouldn't have won. I would have been just short of the Earthquake. Like, that range is Earthquake, and the mud shots cumulatively adding up to it wouldn't have KO'd. So it goes for this trainer goes for the Flash Cannon is able to KO. I think this is the last match of the set. Yeah, we have the Articuno Mirror again. So Articuno Mirror, a couple ways you can play it. Obviously, you land whoever has CMP has so much control, but you can also counter it if you land the Icy Wind. And I'm like, oh, okay, if this is Ancient Power, I'm good, and it is. So, and then I go for the Ancient Power. Can't remember if they shield or don't shield. They end up shielding. But I have CMP, so I decide to let this go. And no, wait, what happened here? Yeah, I have CMP, so I'm going to be able to win this match. And then I'm up a shield as well. And then here comes Alolan Muk. So I switch out into Heracross. And I don't know why. I was like, this is a Dark Pulse, unless I'm like miscounting. And I end up shielding it. So I was like, put myself not in a great situation. I switch out into Swampert. Late switch. Yeah, not great for me. And I should have Mega Horned this Giratina to give my Swampert a little bit better chance, especially on the late switch. But it's quite all right. I'm going to land the Earthquake. And I need to land this Hydro Cannon. I don't know, like, how much does Mega Horn do? Giratina. Mega Horn does 1/3 of the damage, so it's not a big deal for me to land the Mega Horn or land this Hydro Cannon, because I'm gonna be able to. So we lag a little bit, so I'm like, oh my gosh, don't tell me. So I have no idea what's happening, so I just immediately go for the Mega Horn, which I should win CMP tie anyways, and then a little bit of residual energy, and I go for the close combat. Against Muk, they both should do the same damage. Yeah, they do the exact same damage because they're the same base power, both stab, both neutral, and I'm able to KO. It does 98, so it does just about 2/3 of Alolan Muk's health. So that's how I played Articuno. I think I went pretty well for this set, and then I'm going to show you another 2 sets where I get absolutely not demolished. My opponents were able to work around playing Articuno. So anyways, I'm going to leave there. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.